So a few days ago, I uploaded a video about how violators can't be forgiven. And in that video, I made mention of a story revolving around young boys and how they violated a young girl. And since that video, I've now had to come across the reactions of family members and a parent. And I'm going to be honest with you, your head's going to hurt once you hear what they have to say. The father of Josiah Jones, who's charged with doing that to a 12-year-old girl in Miami, thinks his son shouldn't be in jail because he's black. This is a 12-year-old boy, and you know what? I just want to hear him say it.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail.
Yes, because he's tied to a crime. And, you know, innocent until proven guilty, and they got to go through all the necessary requirements and making sure that whoever actually committed the crime needs to be in jail. And anybody who was watching and didn't stop it, they should also be punished too.
And put a life charge on a young man, a young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong two kids.
Marvin.
Oh, the wrong two kids who did what? Was wrong two kids who did what? What was it that they were doing that they all need to be in jail and in handcuffs?
Jones's son Josiah is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son Josiah held her down and put rocks in her mouth.
Right there. Your son is tied to this. You just made it seem like, good sir, that your son, you know, was just off to the side. He was just chilling. He just had his hands behind his back. Wow. Several other boys violated a little girl. You tried. And I'm going to be honest with you, you failed. It was a good effort. But you failed. But that's not the only one. Because you can look at that and be annoyed. You could be disgusted. You could be disturbed. But let's see if we could kick it up a notch with, instead of a news interview, just going on Facebook Live.
Spanish Honduran, he don't give a fuck. He's savage.
Off
so
to
he
a bad
like,
start.
shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him.
Mind you, we are talking about children.
So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the her,
I'm about to quit. I never want to hear the idea or the concept of a being ran on a child, and the is being conducted by other children.
the lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, cause how the building is made, where the lady who seen the kids is like right there, and the farm is right there, so you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm.
Okay, so it sounds like they did this in an open area that if anybody was outside, they could see
So
it.
I guess she spotted them. So in the mix of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there?
Like any grown adult would if they like hear or see something.
So that's when she want to yell, y'all stop, y'all stop, y'all stop.
Sounds like a good adult. Magically, when an adult is in the area, seemingly something good may happen.
But she went home. She never told her mama anything. Going on 2 days. She never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl want to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park. They took her there and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't finna sit here and read y'all comment. I got on here to check her. If you gonna tell
you, who are you? Are you checking a little girl who had to tell her stepfather, father, mother, whoever, that she got rocks put in her mouth while little boys did her? You coming online, you as a grown adult, checking a little girl. You don't know how dumb you look?
a story tell a story the right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run or for none of that. Because if he get direct file too, he already got a lawyer. But
I don't understand this language.
at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges.
Let me ask a hypothetical mathematical equation in front of you. If you decide to meet a woman and interact with that woman to the point where you get into a relationship and you have relations consensually with that woman, and you 9 months later have a child to take care of, and that child grows up to be a 12-year-old, and that child gets and they come to you and they tell you, don't you think it would be wise to call the authorities? Don't you think it would be a good decision to call the authorities? Don't you think it would be responsible at that point to call the authorities, because you gotta figure out what happened to your child and who did it and who gonna face judgment and punishment for it? This not no thing where you could just, we could talk this out. No! This has the potential to go really bad without phoning in the proper authorities. This has the potential to get escalated to a worse point if you don't get these dudes in handcuffs and we start figuring out who did what. And when it comes to finding out that one of these dudes is trying to get scapegoated by their father, or he was just with the wrong crowd as he was the participant who was putting the rocks in the girl's mouth, the authorities got to get called here. So this is not a matter of, this is only happening because you forcing a little girl to do the responsible thing. This, with family members like this, it's no wonder that people end up stupid.
Your daughter was never before she got touched.
We're talking about a 12-year-old.
So what I'm supposed to sit here and say? All they ass need they ass whoop. I'm an old school mama. I beat ass. My oldest daughter, 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't play that.
So if your 19-year-old daughter gets violated, you're going to beat her as well as beating the people who violated her? That don't make sense.
I'm not none of them mama that side with no child. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I ain't justified what none of them did. But when you get on social media, you trying to make it seem like, it's just one side, when in reality, you know the truth, and it's not that side. That ain't finna go down like that, especially when it comes to my family.
So what about you being in the scenario lets you be the one to tell the other side's story? Because if we're doing this, there's a part of what I agree with here, is that there's one side and there's another side, and then there's the truth sprinkled in the middle. I would rather listen to the lawyers of the accused tell the story than you, because right now you are setting a bad example and a horrible representation for your family members. I'm just giving it to you straight. This is the worst fucking jump to defend I could possibly ever see.
How she know everything that happened and she wasn't there? Okay.
That's a fair question to ask.
Nobody got nothing to say?
I do.
Like I said, exactly. Whether it's my nephew, right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justified what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going at it at one.
Hey, nephew, you goofy. No, you're an abuser.
Look, it's plenty of little young girls out here that's fast.
We are talking about children. Ma'am, I hate this too. I'm not making no excuses. I'm not justifying it. But let me sit here and justify it in a different way to try to confuse y'all and try to make y'all seem a little slow when I do justify it. That way you don't catch me in the moment. Ma'am.
I didn't even fuck with my nephew for doing what he did because I got daughters too. But at the end of the day,
I hate that. I always hate the, I'm going to say this and then add a but after. Like, I despise it. I despise it. I despise it. You have daughters, and you've let it be known so far that your daughters are fast, and that if they get violated, somehow they deserve a level of punishment too, because they have the version of the story for them. But what about the story of the person that violated them? Oh, okay.
I'm not saying they right what they did, but when y'all get on social media and trying to say certain things that's not true, I ain't finna sit there and let you say nothing about my nephew. He's not on no run. He has a court date. He goes in on the 5th. That's the reason why the news saying he's not getting charged as a juvenile. If anything, you heard her say in the beginning, the other little boy didn't get charged. That's the other little boy that she was having before. So how y'all not finna charge him? But y'all charging the rest. Y'all supposed to charge all of them that was there. It wasn't just them 3 there. It was about 5, 6, 7 boys in that field.
Did everything about this, so now we didn't went from it being originally 2, now there at one point there was 3, now it's about 5 or 6 of them. Thanks for that. Now, where are the rest of them? Tell your nephew and the other ones, line the rest of them up. Go find them. I don't want to hear none of that snitches thing where they get stitches. Rat them out. Because right now, 3 about to go down. Because 3 of them guilty.
So why is only them that's getting charged? All of them should get charged. Not just certain ones, but at the end of the day, like I said, she got on here and said something about my nephew is on a run. He's not on a run. He has a court date. He's going to court. Talk about running. Man, bitch, don't play with me. Like I said, at the end of the day, his auntie got lawyer fee. So whatever lawyer fee I got to pay for mine, he's straight. Long as mine's straight, my nephew's straight, that's all that matters.
Just so we're clear, just because you pay for the lawyer don't mean that you're going to get off. Because you might pay all that money and still end up going to jail.
I don't give 2 fucks. I could give 3, 5 fucks of what she's saying or what the rest of y'all side with.
Wait, so if you don't give a fuck about what anybody's saying, why is this 6 minutes long? You could have just ignored it, went to the court case, paid the lawyer all that money, and watch it play out. Why are you doing this?
At the end of the day, I'm not saying my nephew wrong, but at the end of the day, that's still my nephew. I still gotta stand by his side. I still gotta be his auntie. I still gotta be the one to support them. Man, hey Sherette, I'm not caring about what these motherfuckers saying. You know that, cousin. But that bitch got on social media talking about, oh, he's on a run. On a run from where? He has a court date. You want to see that? Let me show you what his lawyer talking about, boo. You see what that say, Tyson lawyer? You see what that say? They are taking cases to the grand jury on 3-5, seeking an indictment as an adult.
I don't think you should be telling us this, quite frankly.
So how he run away? So like I said, if you gonna get on here and tell whatever you want to tell the truth, baby. Cause at the end of the day, my nephew ain't on a run. He go to court.
I'm so glad you're excited about this concept of your nephew going to court for being tied to a crime where he could be going to big time jail for a long time. This is not smart. This isn't confidence. This is pure stupidity based in, I guess, somebody getting on social media and saying your nephew is on the run, and your bright idea is to say, my nephew ain't on the run. He going to jail for real. We got a lawyer for it, so how he on the run? My nephew is accused of committing a crime where a little girl got violated and Rice got put in her mouth. He ain't on the run. You sound stupid. You are not helping your family member. And that's another thing. It's okay. All right. You stick by your family. Cool. I can't really tell you what to do or not do. What I can do is throw out the slightest suggestion for the future. If your nephew ends up going to jail for this, and they prove that your nephew, along with all the rest of them, had a hand in what happened to the little girl, it's at that point you can make a decision. Because, again, innocent until proven guilty, and they're going to go through that whole process. When it comes time for that verdict, and they either get the guilty or the not guilty, in this case, if they get the guilty, you have a choice to accept the fact that you have a family member that did something at a young age to somebody who is in that same age, and accept the fact that that is no longer your family member because you cannot in good conscience trust them around any female that is in close proximity to you, or you could be dumb. And I hope, even though this video is giving me a bad fucking precedent of what might occur, I hope you make the smart decision, because not only are you a woman, you are the mother of a woman. So I hope you make the right choice for yourself if indeed your nephew is guilty of something.